Hello, friends, and welcome back to Oh Honey Gaming. I am back with more of episode 5 of The Wolf Among Us. I'm not sure if this is going to be the end of it or not, but I feel like we're getting pretty darn close, so let's go.
I know, but we have to do something.
Are you fucking kidding me?
When is this thing happening?
Are we sure he's coming?
Yes, you'll have an opportunity to... He's back.
The Crooked Man.
Thank God.
Motherfucker.
Are you okay? It's been hours. We were worried you'd run into some trouble. At the Crooked Man's place. And after what happened with Mary...
Well, he didn't make it easy.
What happened?
It doesn't matter. He's here. We got him.
We can talk about it later. You did well, Sheriff. I'm surprised. Not that you did well, but that, you know... I'm just glad you made it back in one piece.
It's about time you showed up. Now throw this asshole down the fucking well.
Yes, what are you waiting for?
You murderer!
You killed Lily!
She was my
Where the
sister.
fuck do you get
what
off?
about Faith?
You think you have the right to
did
just do this to
everything you
people?
said.
You're a fucking crook!
This. You should
Fucking
be ashamed.
shithole.
Everyone, can I have your attention? Thank you all for coming here on such short notice. I know normally we'd schedule a formal hearing, but considering the circumstances, I thought it best if we do this as soon as possible. The Crooked Man is charged with the murder of
As I
Faith
already
and...
informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Porgy who killed those women, not me.
What? It was Georgie?
Georgie.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Miss White, but I thought it would be unwise to proceed with such faulty information.
Bigby, is that true?
Georgie may have killed them, but you made the call.
Do I have to explain the situation to you again?
Wait a minute. So you're saying Georgie's the motherfucker who killed my sister? Well, where is he?
Yeah, you're gonna bring that shithead in too, aren't you?
Yes, Sheriff. Where is that rotten scoundrel now?
Is he still out there?
I sincerely hope not.
Well, where is he?
Oh,
Sheriff?
he was behind it. Ah! I didn't answer in time.
Allow
Holy shit.
me. Justice has already been dispatched. Bigby executed
He
him.
was... No.
What?
Dead.
So
No.
you see, the culprit has been punished. There's no
That doesn't
need for
change
this.
anything. We'll deal with it later, but right now, you're the one I'm concerned with.
You called the shots. Georgie made that perfectly clear.
In which case, you still have a lot to answer for.
I
And
was
I
told
don't...
I would be allowed to speak.
We have to read the rest of the charges.
What other charges?
If you'd wait a moment.
I'm well aware of my rights, Miss White.
Let her finish. Then you can have your say.
Got it?
If you insist.
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order, inciting violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf.
Twice.
A misunderstanding.
Aiding and providing monetary support for the forced prostitution at the Pudding and Pie. Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of fraud, extortion, racketeering, and the illegal possession and sale of magical artifacts.
And resisting arrest.
Oh, yes. Now, is there anything you would like to say?
First of all, I had nothing to do with Faith and Lily, so you can strike that one from your little record book.
Bullshit! Like hell you didn't.
Stop the charade. We know you're
Come on,
involved.
it's obvious.
And there's all the other crap he's done.
I know you're responsible. You've been behind all of this from the beginning. So cut the shit.
We all know who you are. We know what you've
Just
done.
give it up already.
The Crooked Man has committed crimes against this government, and most importantly, its citizens. These charges, if proven, are enough to justify death, upon which your body will be committed to the witching
Where it
well.
fucking belongs.
That's
So
right.
let's get
But
on
we
with it
promised
then.
you a chance to defend yourself, and I won't rob you of that right.
What the
You're
fuck?
really going
This
to let
is
him
about
talk?
justice. If we're ever going to pull ourselves together and make something of this town, we have to start doing things correctly. No more snap judgments, no more secrets. We are going to treat everyone fairly, even when they don't deserve it.
This is ridiculous.
He didn't need to be handcuffed or uncuffed for that.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Miss White. You've all met Georgie. I don't have to tell you what kind of person he was. He was a total scoundrel, lacking in any sort of moral fiber. I hired him as a favor to his family, you see. A promise kept to a dying mother.
Oh,
Are you gonna
jeez.
get to your point or what?
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those women. It was his business. And for whatever reason, I'm sure only he could understand, he murdered 2 of his most faithful employees. I had nothing to do with it.
Tell the
is such
fucking
bullshit.
truth for
He's
once.
always been a bit of a powder keg.
Georgie seemed pretty convinced he didn't have a say in the matter.
He clearly misunderstood my intention.
Really?
I would never authorize such an act.
Any of you actually believe this bullshit?
Holly, please.
Tell them, Bigby. When you finally showed up at my door last night, wasn't I more than helpful? I answered your questions. I was willing to cooperate.
What's he talking about?
Helpful isn't the word I would use.
My comrades are another matter. And I'm sorry for the predicament they put you in. They get a bit carried away sometimes, it's true. Loyal to the end. They do it because they want to protect me, as I've protected them. You understand wanting to protect what you care about, don't you? You'd do anything. You might even give up an innocent man, just to save someone.
I think you're done talking.
What are you afraid of? Why not let an old man say his piece? Let me explain this to you. My employees are just that, hired help. I see some of them are here among you. They are not my slaves. They are all free to make their own decisions, as Georgie was.
You're not serious. I know what you do to people. I've seen it firsthand. What you did to Faith. The way you manipulated her. Do you really think any of those girls were free? Do you really think Faith wanted
I'm sorry,
to—
Lawrence. I'm sorry that your wife came to me for help, and I'm sorry that I decided against my best judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah. That's what you did to us. How you kept us all
You
in
forget
line.
it was not me who put you in that position. You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant. When your government abandoned you, left you poor and helpless, sniveling on street corners, I was there to look out for you.
Yes, but...
Wasn't I?
You're the fucking problem here, not us.
Really? What about Auntie Greenleaf? Her story is not uncommon. She left everything she had back in the homelands. Everything that matters, anyway. With nowhere else to turn, she came to me for help. And what did I do for you?
You got my tree back.
I got her tree back, and in turn we used her magic to help poor Fables get glamours. Because I helped her, she was able to make a living, provide for herself. And what did they do?
For the longest time, not much. But they asked me to come work for them.
Really? The new deputy mayor wants you on the 13th floor?
No. The wolf offered me the job. She wanted my tree destroyed. If she had her way, I'd be hung out to dry on a clothesline by now.
What?
You were gonna burn her tree? Snow, why would you want that?
Is that true?
Snow?
I know. Snow made a mistake.
I had very good reasons for asking you to do that. She was working with Crane and the Crooked Man.
It wasn't her fault.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. You hated Crane, and you hated him for wanting to fuck you, and you being too soft to notice what he'd do to get it. It had nothing to do with a Crooked Man.
We've made some mistakes. I've made some mistakes. But believe me, I truly want what's best for this town. And that may not always be clear right away, but I want you all to know that I care deeply about all of you. And so does the sheriff.
Yeah, right.
I can't promise you perfection. No one can. But I can promise to always have your best interests at heart.
Like you did with her?
Things haven't been great for a while now, but we'll do better at protecting you. From people like him.
The Crooked Man's been exploiting you. Exploiting your hope for a better life. You would go to him for help, and he would take that weakness and add it to his strength. And if things didn't fall exactly his way, someone would die.
Do you really think the Crooked Man cared about you? He just cared about your money. He cares about your obedience.
They're right.
You're all still afraid of him, even now. But you needn't be. His contamination of this town is over, and those girls will have their justice.
Hell yes. Fuck you, crooked man.
Very good, very good. The sentiment is surely appreciated, Miss White. But it doesn't disguise the fact that these accusations are completely unfounded. The sheriff simply doesn't have a particle of evidence linking me to the
Georgie was working for you. Bigby got a confession
A confession that nobody heard. Now, I'm no barrister, but I think such a statement would carry more weight if Bigby weren't the only one to whom Georgie spoke. Especially given Bigby's...
Nerissa.
history.
What are you talking about?
Snow?
And what about your history? All you've done to this fucking town?
What do you mean there's no evidence?
Maybe he's... I mean, this doesn't feel right, how we're doing this. I just
Of
need...
course it's right. This man tormented all of you for profit. Georgie
Let me
killed
just
him.
make sure I understand you. You're trying to say that I'm responsible for what Georgie did because he was working for me at the time, yes?
Yes.
Of course. Where are you going with this?
If I'm to blame for Georgie's mistakes, shouldn't Miss White be held accountable for Bigby's actions as well?
Like what?
How about the way he treated poor Tweedledee when he was in your custody?
Didn't do shit.
He was beaten to mashed apples while under your watch.
Under my watch.
That wasn't me.
Maybe he's right.
Did you think we'd all just let that go?
You can't be serious.
You're the one on trial here. Don't try to turn this around on us.
Besides, Crane was still deputy mayor when that happened. Right before you decided to kidnap him.
It was for his own protection. Oh, you're right, dear. Crane was in charge. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
That's enough.
So, you won't answer for your employees' behavior, but I must perish for mine.
This is completely different.
I did not order those two girls dead. It simply never happened. Georgie killed Faith and Lily. End of story. They want to scapegoat me for their own tangled ends, but they refuse to answer for their own crimes.
This isn't right.
Oh, please.
This isn't the point.
We'll deal with them after we deal with you.
Listen, I
The
know...
laws apply when we need them.
That's
I
not
mean, a
true.
certain level of privilege should be afforded to...
To who?
This is how it's always been.
Yes. See, this is exactly to what I'm speaking. We lashed our ropes to this diseased world, and ever since, which one of us has been there for you? Who filled your lives with the promise of more? Who was there while they idly played in their towers, judging you, treating you as mindless children, too stupid to command your own destiny? Without me, who will pay your rent when you're on the verge of eviction? Who will dare challenge their brutality when it leaks to our dear citizens? Who will protect you from the big bad wolf? Who will be the...
Bigby? Miss White!
Excuse me, dear.
I wanted to make sure I had the chance to say something.
Hell
Why don't
yes.
you take a moment to catch your breath, little
What's
one?
she doing here?
I'd like to... I need to say something.
We're kind of in the middle of something.
She has something to say, and we're gonna listen. Go right ahead.
You probably don't remember me. I don't know why I was afraid to come
My
here.
dear, I don't
Just
know
shut up. You enslaved us for years. Let us hear stories about what you do. Told us we would lose everything if we stepped just one toe out of line. And we couldn't say a word about it because of these damn ribbons. But you know what? Now it's my turn to talk.
How are you?
I found Vivian's body. Did you kill her? Did he?
No.
Sheriff, this is highly irregular.
Be quiet.
We need to establish some order here.
He might as well have.
I'm sorry, I don't think I know
Nerissa! My name is Nerissa.
It's okay, my dear. It's going to be just...
He ordered them dead. This fucker. Faith and Lily.
That's a lie.
I was in the goddamn room when he did it. Faith and Lily are dead because of you. The only
Fuck
two
yes.
people who ever gave a damn about me. And now I can finally say, you're an asshole. And I hope you rot at the bottom of the witching well for what you did.
And this just confirms it.
He made Georgie do it. It was always him.
When in the
Georgie would have
crowd.
never done anything without his say-so. Ever.
You're going to take the word of a stupid...
At least 5 other girls will back me up on this. We all heard you say it.
Hell yes.
Did you now?
Looks like we found our evidence.
She saw it firsthand.
He's guilty.
Good enough for me?
Me too.
So that's it, right?
Calm down the witching well.
No, that's too fucking easy for a crook like that.
What do you mean?
He's gotta pay for what he did.
Listen to yourselves!
You're all rats, fleeing from one sinking ship to the next. So quick to latch onto whatever will keep your miserable lives afloat. This is how you want to repay all I've done for you?
What, you take 2 people's lives away and now you want mercy?
You know we can't let you go free after this.
Wait!
What did you expect to happen here? You're getting what you deserve.
Well done, then.
Now, for your sentence.
We don't have to become murderers.
What are you talking about?
He's guilty. I know that, but we don't have to kill anybody. We can imprison him. Lock him up forever. Somewhere he can never hurt anyone again.
Yeah, in the witching well.
How can we be sure he won't escape?
I can help. We'll use magic.
That's
I
not
assure
good
you.
enough.
Maybe
There will
she
be
has
more
a point.
if he isn't
Hasn't
stopped.
there been
I
enough
don't give a shit
bloodshed
what
we
you
get
already?
rid of him.
Too dangerous.
Get him out of here.
We can send him
Everyone,
away.
listen up! Clearly, we're having trouble agreeing on a suitable punishment. So I think
This is going nowhere.
someone needs to make a decision.
Who?
I hope you aren't suggesting yourself.
Why not?
What about a vote?
What do you think this is?
Everyone, calm down.
We should have a vote. Make it democratic.
Do you really think that's going to work?
He's right. Nobody can agree on anything.
What about Bigby?
What about him?
He was appointed.
Of course.
He's the only official representative, really. He should be the judge.
That makes sense to me.
I guess it does.
Okay.
Fine.
Are you sure?
shit.
This isn't how
It's what the people want, Miss White.
Okay, Mr. Wolf, it's your call.
Snow.
Just do what you think is right.
Damn.
Yes,
So I'm the
Sheriff.
sheriff, and they're gonna get. Oh
Do what
fuck!
you think is
Oh
right.
shit! Oh shit!
Teach him
oh,
a
shit.
fucking lesson.
No.
He has to
We
die.
can lock him
Just
away.
fucking get rid of him.
Not this way.
I chose to throw him down the well.
There you are. I hope you all remember this moment. Think of me when you try to sleep.
You know, just between us, I was gonna let you live. But now...
You're going to miss me.
Just kind of let him shake there for a minute. No reaction. Super quiet. Bye.
No, I won't.
For Lily. And Faith.
Yes. Another one of us to erase from the books.
Damn. I mean, that was a little rough, but I think that was the best solution. But I do think their government needs to improve. But I also think Snow White wants to do that. And Bigby's better because we made better choices, so that's good.
Hey, Sheriff.
Oh, it's
You
Flycatcher.
gonna come see the truck off? We're leaving for the farm in a few. Thought you might want to. I don't know.
I'll be down in a minute.
Okay, great.
Going to the farm.
This fucking line.
Oh, Mr. Wolf? Flycatcher left his keys.
Is everything okay? You look...
I'm sorry, Sheriff. I have to take care of this. We'll talk later, okay?
Good morning, Miss White.
You're late.
Someone's gonna see you, Colin.
He doesn't care. He's got his beer and he's good. Hey, Yellow Brick Roadhouse. Webb and Muffet Market. Little Miss Muffet. Saturn Tuffet.
I'm going. Jesus.
We only have like 5 minutes.
Carry me for fuck's sake. I don't give a shit.
You forgot these.
Oh, thank you. It's been pretty busy around here.
Morning, Sheriff. Nice fucking day. Shit. Just go grab that, would you?
Sorry about all this. I tried to help.
Just why the hell did she have to send me and me boy away, huh? You promised me I'd get another chance, but Miss White said I had to go up to the damn farm anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
Wait, Sheriff Bigby, I have something.
You know, he was up crying all night, poor kid.
I'm sorry. I tried.
Can you give this to Miss White, please? Dad says there's no time to say goodbye, so... If you
Aw.
could bring it to her, she was nice. So...
Yeah, sure.
I couldn't take them all with me, and she said she liked that one the
From his
best.
bug collection.
It's a
Aw.
willow beetle. That's a big one. They're cool, because when they're little, they have these pouches that squirt juice at you
Ugh.
if you touch them.
I'm sure she'll love it.
She said it was pretty.
We're about ready to head out.
What's it like at the farm? I've heard ogres live there, and they eat people in their sleep sometimes.
God, I hope not.
Do we have to go? I want to stay here.
Well, we don't have a choice anymore.
Don't worry. You'll be a lot safer there. There's plenty of space to run around, and a nice river nearby so you can swim all you want.
Even in daytime?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the Mundy seeing you. It'll be nice. Come on. It won't be so bad.
Have you been there before?
No. Some of the animals aren't comfortable around wolves.
So you wouldn't know, would you?
Well.
We're all set.
Bye, Mr. Wolf.
Goodbye, TJ.
Hey, Bigby. Where's your friend, Colin? Where's the fucking pig?
How should I know?
Ooh. I wonder if he'd go with them if we would have made him go to the farm. Why wouldn't he let them ride in the car with him?
Saying goodbye?
Nerissa. You can definitely tell this game was set in the 80s.
Hi.
Hi.
You're still wearing that thing.
Oh. Yeah. I guess I am.
Habit.
It's not easy to forget. I know it seems like I should be able to. It's just...
It's okay. I get it.
Listen, I came here because I have to tell you something.
What is it?
It's about what happened to Faith and Lily. I'm not sure where to start. Faith, Lily, and I, we had this plan. We were gonna find a way out. Leave the pudding and pie for good. But then Faith decided to get some Leverage. She stole a picture of Crane and Lily together. The minute Faith stole that photo, we had dirt on one of the Crooked Man's allies. If he found out, I had no choice. You have to understand. You've seen how they kept us quiet in that
what
place.
did you do?
Can you imagine the lengths they go just to silence someone who had physical evidence?
Nerissa, what did you do?
I freaked out, okay? I thought if I came clean to Georgie, he'd get the Crooked Man to leave us alone. We could just forget the whole thing. Maybe try again in a few years.
You what?
So I told him everything. And I begged for mercy for all of us. I didn't want anyone to die over a picture.
So you sold them out?
No. Yes. Georgie promised he'd smooth things over with the Crooked Man. But then... Oh, God.
Here.
Thank you. I don't know what happened, but that night at the club, Georgie came back and told me things had changed. He had to make an example of us. We had committed treason. And while the two of us were sitting there, as he was telling me this, Faith walked in, and I had to watch while Georgie...
Wait, so Georgie told you all this? Not the Crooked Man? Back at the well, you said...
I know what I said.
But it wasn't the truth, was it?
What does it matter? I know the Crooked Man did it. So what if it wasn't the whole truth? It was true enough.
Still shouldn't have lied.
So you think that makes it okay to lie?
I know he ordered their deaths. I wasn't gonna let him get away with it because of a stupid technicality. Especially after... that night, after Faith. I tried to warn Lily, but she wasn't with her scheduled appointment. So I did the only thing I could do. I left Faith's head at your doorstep.
Wait, that was when Crane canceled his massage.
I walked her over here, and I left her. Just hoping that maybe if I couldn't save them...
You were trying to get my attention. So you started all this.
I just pointed you in the right direction. People like us get forgotten all the time. The Crooked Man was counting on that. When we suffer, we do it in silence. And the world likes it that way. We just fade, like we never existed. I couldn't watch that happen to Faith or Lily. Nobody cares about us. Not really.
It's going to be different now, I promise. Things like that won't happen anymore. Not while I'm around.
You'll make things right. You and Snow.
I don't know. Seems like no matter what I do, it's just not enough for her, or anyone. I just can't win with these people.
I know it might feel that way, but they need you, Bigby. Both of you. You two make a good team. The way you look out for each other, and look out for us. You don't see that a lot these days.
I don't really know where we stand anymore. Things are just... different.
Huh. Things are always different. Look, Bigby. After everything you've done for us, maybe they don't want to admit it, but without you, none of this would have happened. You listened when no one else would. You knew when to show mercy, and you brought justice to this town. Finally. Because you brought the Crooked Man in, everyone saw who he really was. So from where I'm standing, you did the right thing. You've been given this job for a reason. And I left Faith at your doorstep because I knew if anyone stood a chance against the Crooked Man, it was you.
I hope I've at least done some good here.
You've changed this place. For better or worse, Fabletown wouldn't be the same without you.
Maybe they can see they don't need to be afraid of the big bad wolf anymore.
You're not as bad as everyone says you are.
Wait a minute.
I need to tell you something. I have to tell you something.
I feel like we've met before.
You're trying to place me. You like my ribbon? Do you like it?
Faith wore one too. Would hide her beauty so she could escape his kingdom.
They used to call me the Little Mermaid.
Dr. Swinehart ever get back to you about Faith?
He said he wanted to run more tests. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Wait a minute. Wait. That was, what? Is Faith and Nerissa, are they the same person? I'm going after her. We gotta figure this out. Like, what the heck?
See you around, Wolf.
That's the end. I tried to go after her and that's the end? What the fuck? So wait. Wait a minute. So Nerissa and Faith, like, they're not the same person, obviously, because Faith was killed. Wait, So I'm so confused. So obviously, okay, so you can be glamored to look like somebody else. Did Faith? I'm still trying to process all this right now. Okay, let me read through these real quick. Well, my mind takes a minute to process. What did you do to Georgie? You and 68.6% of players killed Georgie. I didn't kill him. I mean, I did. But it was out of mercy. It was like ending his suffering. He asked me to. He said, kill me. I mean, I'm paraphrasing here. But he said, you know, just kill me instead of letting me suffer. So I did. I mean, I didn't want to let him just lay there and suffer. Did you give the Crooked Man a trial? You and 89.6% of players brought the Crooked Man back alive. How did you punish the Crooked Man? You and 38.6% of players threw the Crooked Man down the witching well. And that's what I was thinking about doing anyway. I was debating between that or letting Auntie Greenleaf, like, lock him up with her magic. But I didn't want to kill him. I don't know. It seemed like a little extreme, and I didn't know how others would think of me after watching me, like, rip the dude's head off. So, did you accept TJ's gift for Snow? You and 98.5% of players decided to accept TJ's gift for Snow. What were your last words to Nerissa? You and 54.8% of players said, I hope I've done some good here. I feel like we did, though. Like, we've shown people that we aren't just the big bad wolf. Like, we're here to help them. Hopefully. So, okay. That seems kind of like a short list of choices, considering this is the final freaking episode. But let's, I guess, head on through. Alright, cool. Okay, so we have some special stats. I guess it's not really more choices, but this is cool. Beast, you lied to him about seeing Beauty outside the apartment. Bluebeard, you fought him after the interrogation. Colin, you gave him a drink when he asked for one in your apartment, and you helped him to avoid the farm. I feel bad for him, because we huffed and puffed and blew his house down, and I don't know if we, like, killed his brothers or what, but I do feel bad. The Crooked Man, which says he's dead. But I'm following, like, Walking Dead logic here. Like, we didn't see him die. Yeah, he went into the witching well, but we didn't see him die. So, the Crooked Man, wait a minute. So, the Crooked Man, I thought that the Crooked Man was a, like, I guess a nickname for him, and he was another fable. But there's a fable about a Crooked Man. And I can hear, like, the rhythm of it in my head. There was a crooked man. Ooh, what was it? There was a crooked man who had a crooked house? I don't know. I have to look that up. Because I can't remember. Anyway, you took him back to the witching well. You tossed him down the witching well. Faith is deceased. You gave her money after the fight with the woodsman, which, I mean, I was trying to be nice, but I could have kept that money because she didn't need it. Georgie's deceased. You smashed up his place. I didn't smash up his place. I smashed one thing in his place, and it was a sign. That was it. Nothing else. Greenleaf, you offered her a job. I mean, she could be useful. Why wouldn't I? Gren, you drank with Gren after Lily's funeral. He was surprisingly a character I ended up liking a lot more at the end than I thought I would. Jack, you made a deal with him. Lawrence, you went to his place first, and you prevented him from dying, which I'm glad for that one. I didn't know, like, I mean, he looked rough. I didn't know I'd actually prevent him from dying, so that was cool. Nerissa, you gave her a cigarette during your final conversation. That was a special stat for her. Snow, you brought her along with you to the Trip Trap. You promised to bring the crooked man back alive, which we did. Tiny Tim, you chose to wait for him. TJ, you accepted his beetle and promised to give it to Snow. Toad, you slapped him during the interrogation in his apartment. You stood up for him when Snow wanted to send him to the farm. I feel bad still about slapping Toad in that interrogation. I didn't want that to happen. I mean, I wanted to get information out of him, but I didn't want that to happen, so. All right, let's see if there's anything else. That was loud. No. Okay, so that's it. Okay. So my brain still hasn't quite processed it. It's like Faith and Nerissa are somehow interconnected in this. I'm going to have to pay attention when I go through this to see how this could have played out. So, I mean, they obviously have glamour, so you can glamour yourself to look like somebody else. So maybe Faith glamoured herself to look like Nerissa, or Nerissa glamoured herself to look like Faith. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. I have no idea. Because obviously Lily used glamour like that, so we'll have to see. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. I mean, do you think that Nerissa at the end was Faith glamoured as Nerissa? Or oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to look up some theories on this one, or what the actual ending is, because honestly, I am confused as hell right now. My mind is just I've done a lot of recording and my mind feels like mush at the moment. So I'll have to check that out and see. Now, I'm also kind of wondering, this makes me super excited for the second The Wolf Among Us 2. I haven't looked up any information on it because I didn't want to potentially spoil this. So I'm wondering, since I decided to go after Nerissa, I wonder if that's going to show up in the next game or not. Also, if we're going to see Snow, if she's going to have that little bug from TJ, just kind of a throwback to make sure that we gave that to her. I don't know. I was so up in arms about Bluebeard potentially being a bad guy because it was the voice of Lee. And yeah, I mean, he's not a nice guy, but he wasn't a bad guy who did anything. He's just kind of a pompous jerk a little bit. That's all right. And okay, this is another thing. I didn't realize that this was based off of a comic series. This is great. I mean, look at all these different ones. I would love to read these just to see if this game, if the events in this game take place in the comics, and maybe if the events in the next game are going to take place in the comics as well. And honestly, I was never into comics before The Walking Dead. Like, I started watching the show, then I played the game, then I got the comics. Well, I started reading the comics, then now I've got the whole collection of comics, and they are so good. So I'll definitely have to check these out and see how they are. I bet they're great, though. I mean, I've loved anything that Telltale has done, and it seems like they base a lot of their things off of comics. As far as I can tell, I was a little disappointed when I heard that Telltale had gone under. Just because I've loved all their games so far, and I had heard that they were working on The Wolf Among Us 2, and I think it was like since 2017 or something like that. Then when they went under, there was like no hope for the game anymore. Of course, there was also no hope for the last season of The Walking Dead because they had gone under right in the middle of that. Thankfully, Skybound like swooped in and took care of that one. But yeah, now I hear that their main focus is The Wolf Among Us 2. So I'm going to look up some information on that to see, because I am excited. Also, if you know anything about The Wolf Among Us 2, or you have some theories about The Wolf Among Us 2, leave those in your in the comments down below too, because I'd love to know what you guys think might be in there if we're going to see more of Nerissa. I'm wondering if they're going to have the same voice actors for the same people too. I don't imagine that they would change that, but that would be really cool to keep the same voice actors. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm hyped up now. Can't wait for this. So I'm getting ready to go like dive real deep into some research on The Wolf Among Us 2. Just leave me your comments on this series as a whole, on the next game that's coming up, on the comics. your theories on Narissa and Faith, anything, because I don't really have anybody else in my real life circle who have played have played this game. And I would like to know, I need to have some conversations about this. My mind needs to run through this whole scenario. It's just reeling right now. So I would love to hear what you've got to say about it. Also, if you have any other suggestions for games kind of like this, like, I love choice-based story-driven games. So if you have any suggestions for those kind of games that I should be playing next, definitely leave me a suggestion down below. I've got a few games lined up that I would like to play. If I have those and you guys suggest it, I will totally try to play those first, so let me know. As always, thank you for stopping by. If you enjoyed it, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more content, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, friends.